close the deal, baby. Let's go. I get so good with people, I can say whatever the hell I want to. Appreciate that, man. If you guys have the opportunity to be there, I definitely appreciate everybody that's going to be in Houston, March the 2nd. I'll be holding a meetup there. I'll bring a bunch of people that are some killers in this business. Try to give out as much value as possible, free content, whatever you guys need. I'm here to try to bring that to that. I'm telling you, it's crazy. All right, so tonight's one of the nights I'm going to kind of bring in a couple guys that have had some success. I think in a lot, like today, I probably had 6 or 7 people that sent me their very first contracts, checks, etc. today. So I know there's a lot of people excited to come in and share their story. So this is one of the things I take a lot of pride in, is giving you guys, information, but sharing the wins with the entire community, letting other people see what's happening with the brand, what's happening in the blueprint, this 100K club, and people that are literally getting their very first contracts, being brand new in this business. So we're going to bring a couple people in that, one of my guys, I'm extremely excited to bring him in just because I know he's been consistent. He actually is in the military, had to leave for a little bit, came right back, picked up where he left off, and got his very first contract. So today is going to be a day where we kind of talk about other people's success a little bit, and things that they're doing, strategies they use, and just the process, what they did to get that first contract. So I'm extremely excited to bring these guys in tonight, guys and ladies. So I made this one where this might be 2 lives tonight, because I know there's a couple people that'll share. So this is what we're doing tonight. So I'm gonna bring in my man Victory Cuts.
What's going on, Tony?
What's up, Tony?
What up, man?
Hold on, man. Let me take these out. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, there we go. Yeah. My bad about the technical difficulties. What's up, T?
How y'all doing, man?
We chilling, dog. We good.
Got our first contract signed.
I know, and I'm extremely excited, man. Like when I heard about it the other day, first thing that popped in my mind is just like the consistency that I know you guys had, because we talked several times through your process. You guys have joined a bunch of live sessions. You actually came live several times on here. So, man, I'm like extremely happy that you guys finally got that first victory, man, because this is the beginning of what your business can look like, man. And I'm gonna let you guys. I'm gonna ask you guys a couple questions, make this kind of an interview for you, where people who don't know kind of the journey of what you guys have been doing, you kind of share your market. I'm gonna ask you a question or two. I'll literally lead you down this path so you can kind of share. So let everybody know both of you guys' names and the market that you guys are in.
All right, my name's Vic.
I'm Anthony.
And we down in Jacksonville, Florida.
Duval County.
So them boys are out there, Florida boys who are partners. They decided that they were going to take this business on together, and I'm talking about, you want to talk about being consistent and showing up on a daily basis, and asking questions, trying to always learn more information. This is what I bring these guys on here because this is a great message and a story that other people can identify with. So just kind of tell people like how long you guys been starting your journey, and just kind of like any thoughts that you had as far as beliefs of what you thought you could accomplish. Just kind of open up and share both of you guys. I'm gonna let you guys take that part, and then I'll come back and ask throughout this process.
All right, so this been my boy for like 9, 10 years strong. So from the day we met and got cool, like we always been on like like not money scheme, but like trying to get some type of hustle going. So years passed. You feel me? We done made our way back to Florida eventually, and then we just stumbled upon real estate. I want to say this was probably around like late 2017, early 2018. And just been working it since, like for about a year strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you guys been in this business for a complete year now,
right?
And I'm glad you said how long you've been in this business because I got you guys on here to celebrate your first contract,
right?
And it's taking you a full year to get your very first contract. So I want to know some of the doubts that you had, some of the things that you guys had to mentally get over to get to this first contract.
All right, like first thing first, you feel me? Like for anybody listening, you're gonna go on like a YouTube or Instagram page, man. You're gonna see like a whole bunch of success from like a lot of people, and they saying like, hey, you buy this course or you do this, all the rich is gonna be there, So we had that in our head in the beginning, I can't even stunt with you. We thought we was gonna like get out here, wholesale a couple houses, we thought we was gonna have, that money like real quick. But like what we found out is, you feel me, like it's a specialized skill that come with, you feel me, like, this part of the real estate game, you feel me, and like it all took its its own timetable, you feel me? But like I felt like the losses, if you want to look at it like that, the losses we was taking, you feel me, like they was more like lessons, and we just kept at it and like we built on and we just kept going, you feel me?
Yeah, every failure, every step we took back, like we took 10 steps forward and learned something, Like every appointment we went on that we didn't close, we'd sit in the corner like, man, what you think we did wrong or said wrong, and da-da-da-da, and then like fixed it on the next one and got a little closer to the contract. And then finally on this last one, we did everything like what we have been working on and honing on our skills as far as like everything in your book that you taught us and all the game you've been giving us over the last like 6 months, and we applied everything. And I mean, when the meetup, I think we talked about the house for maybe 10 minutes.
Right.
It was mostly just building rapport and getting the person to like you and trust you.
Right.
And she pretty much just signed the house over to us for a great deal too.
Right.
And we looking to make 19 grand off this.
Yeah. $19,000 in their first contract together, man. So and y'all give some love for that. 19 G's, a year of grinding, a year of disappointment, a year of doubt, a year of confusion, and you guys remain consistent. You stayed true to what you wanted for your life. Now you got your first contract, $19,000. So if y'all in this chat right now, I need y'all to make sure you show some love.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah. It's definitely been like I tell everybody like wholesaling, like, and I heard this on the Wholesaling Inc. podcast, Tom Crow, and he said, imagine wholesaling is like pushing a train. It's gonna take an immense effort to like push a train, but once it's going, you know what I mean? It's gonna be hard to stop that. We're gonna invest every dollar back into our business.
Right.
Hey, listen, man. Consistency is key, and I want to talk about a couple things because I know Vic, you had to go away for a little bit.
Right.
So tell people, kind of about what you had going on and
yeah, I mean,
in the process coming back and jumping right back into it.
Right. So before I had left, me and my boy, we were just like out driving for dollars, and just looking at houses, and we just stumbled upon this gentleman just driving up to one house that we had just got the address and information down. So we walked over there to him, spoke with him, found out, that his mother owned the house and he was just staying there. And, she lived, about an hour and a half away. So we had spoke with him and found out that, she was like interested in, wanting to get rid of it. So we gave him a card, spoke with him for a little bit more and told her, when you get in contact with her, you know, give her the card and, you know, tell her to give us a call. So some time went by.
This is so. Hold on for a second. You talked to me about this deal.
Right.
Yeah.
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 That's crazy.
I remember that shit, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's the same deal now that I think about it.
We
man.
thought he was an investor.
Yeah.
And we just stopped and started talking to him, and it was like just, you know, shooting it with him, and he was like, man, I give you a call, and we follow up with him, and nothing happened. And then one day, you know, out of nowhere, she just emailed us.
Right.
And was like, look, I got XYZ going on. I need to get out this situation. I need y'all help.
So she had a problem.
Yeah. And you know what? And what we found out, like I say, trial and error, what we was going through, we was going on so many appointments, talking to so many people, and like they wasn't really in situations where they need to sell. We talking to other investors, and you know, we going through different lists and doing different things and doing different strategies and trying to see what worked. And like, you know, stuff just kept falling out of our hands. But like when you say you meet somebody who like really need to sell their house, like this was like just the perfect like example of that.
Right. Motivated seller, you know. They live, you know, like an hour and a half away. You know, the mortgage was something they ain't really, you know, was comfortable dealing with anymore. It's a little bit of repairs in the house that's needed that she really ain't got the, you know, funds to do right now. So, you know, the perfect situation that you could give an example of when wholesaling, like motivated seller, like everything.
And we ain't going there. We went in there honest, you know, told her exactly what we're going to be doing.
Right.
You know, told her, you know, because she came in with a high number. We broke the numbers down to her and told her, like, hey, this is why that won't work. You know, and just brought them back down to reality. And, like, she understood. And we look like we know what we was talking about. We do know what we talking about.
Yeah,
so that's key. That's key because I tell people all the time, like, a seller will typically want a high number. And it's important for us to go in as experts and be able to give them information that backs up where your number comes from. Right. So many people get in this business and they're like, they hear or been in this business for a while, and the first thing they hear is when somebody says a number or something like that, they give that number so much credibility that they end up deciding if that deal is even something that they'll even entertain. And it's our job as professionals and as a wholesaler, as a real estate investor, to be able to give people information that helps them understand where the numbers come from and how it can help benefit them as far as what we do as investors. So I'm glad you mentioned that because I hear it all the time. I actually did a live cold call that I posted on YouTube, and I heard people in the comments like, well, this dude doesn't sound motivated. And I said, well, that's not true. Every seller has an expectation of what they think the money they should get on a property. Everybody, you know, like you have to understand that people don't know until they know. And you got to give them information and help them understand as a professional how this best can benefit them to sell now versus waiting. How the numbers can make sense. How the, you know, the condition of the property based off the repairs that are needed and being able to market this property in a timely fashion, how all that stuff, how those costs are calculated. How you get to the fact that, listen, you don't have to worry about handling closing costs or any of that stuff because I take care of it for you. You don't have to pay a realtor. These are all benefits that you can give to a seller that will help you as far as getting those numbers to come down. But so many people listen to a number that the seller says, and they let that number literally dictate if it's a deal or not. And you guys, I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm glad that you stay consistent on this deal. Because I now, like, as soon as you said something, like, wait a minute, I do remember this deal. We talked about it. And that's super dope. So that means, like, the follow-up, the consistency. Because I think at one point you were having a tough time even getting in contact with the mother, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I definitely remember this deal. So like, that's why I say consistency is key. And then also being relentless and trying to make sure, hey, look, whether it's through email, whether it's through, postcard, telephone, whatever, how do you get in contact? Whatever you got to do, if you know that you can absolutely solve a problem for somebody and it can help you make money on the end of it, you got to make sure you're willing to put in the work. So it's a perfect example right there. Just that, hey, the grind to be getting that first deal. And you guys literally, you talk about a year before you got your first contract. Like, most people are ready to quit after 2 weeks and not getting a contract. Some people after making 40 phone calls feel like, they're entitled to get a deal. And you guys didn't feel entitled the entire time. You guys decided that no matter what it would take, you would go driving for dollars. You would go take the effort and the energy that's required to get that deal done. And I'm gonna tell you what's going to happen because you guys have remained consistent. Watch how easy the second and the third and the fourth deal come now. Because now the pipeline is building. You now have an expectation to be able to do it, and all those fruits and from all that work that you've been putting in, it'll start to follow up, and all that stuff will start working and it'll start coming for you. That's a hell of a job, fellas, man. So here's another thing I want to ask you. With $19,000 now, is it in escrow yet? You in escrow yet?
Yep.
With that potential profit in escrow, and what you've learned in your process, what would you say? What was the lead source for starters? What lead source did you get? And what are you going to do as far as marketing moving forward?
Right. So like this lead source, like I said, man, it was just like, I don't know if you would consider it driving for dollars or, it was, that's how we got it, just driving for dollars. We handed the son the car, and just, a few months, time going by, the mother emailed us and got in contact with us. And, it was just like a short conversation, just building rapport. And that's how we got that deal. So, that's how we got it. But with 19K coming, you feel me, like we just I don't even know, man. Like
we kept like I remember you said something that, like, I remember we kept like talking about the house and numbers at a minimum and like set the appointment. We made sure it was key. Like I drove 2 hours to get to an appointment on. We drove.
You drove 2 hours to get to an appointment. I'm gonna stop you right here because I'm gonna tell you something. It's a lot of people who say, "Hey, is it a waste of my time? Is it a waste of my time to go drive 2 hours before I know that the deal is a deal? Is it a waste of my time for me to go and talk to a seller that may or may not be motivated?" You took a 2 hour drive. That's not 2 hours. That's 4 hours. Yeah. Because you got to get your ass back home.
Right.
On Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's Day. So let me tell you something. That's the difference in the commitment that I tell people. That's how they say, "Hey, Tony, you're now a closer." You know why? Because I just talk to everybody that wants to sell a house, or if they need to sell a house. I'm not qualifying. Qualifying is disqualifying. You went on Valentine's Day and drove 4 hours. Now because you made the sacrifice, now guess what you get? $19,000 check. Where so many other people would have left their ass at home trying to figure out if this is a deal or this person ain't motivated. I'm not driving 2 hours. She might not say yes, so it's a waste of my time. You did the exact opposite. Yeah. And when you do the exact opposite of what all these half-ass people that say they want something in their life, but they don't commit to it, you get the results that you deserve. Because everybody wants the money. Nobody wants to put in the work and the grind. Like, that's the difference, fellas. Like, I hope other people can hear what you say you did. On Valentine's Day, without a commitment, without truly knowing numbers, he drove 4 hours. 4 hours for a potential deal that most people will probably say, "I'm not going to do this today. I'll come do this another day because it'll be a waste of my time." And now you got $20,000 essentially that you'll have in your bank account as far as helping you, for one, put some money in your pocket so you guys can have some money to live. And then the next thing that you got is the fact that moving forward, you know that this stuff works. You know, like, hey, now my process and what I can do can be a little bit different because I know that I just made $19,000. Mm-hmm. So I really, really appreciate the help. I mean, like that grit and that grind, man. I told y'all from the start, I said, this isn't easy. Yeah. I said, it's not going to be easy, but the people that remain consistent will be the ones that will get the wins.
Right.
Yeah. And we thought.
So I see somebody saying, like, can you stop saying Valentine's Day like it's not a regular day? But the reality is, whether it was Valentine's Day, whether it was Thanksgiving, whether it was Christmas, whether it's a birthday, or whether it was just another regular day, we always make excuses on why we can't go do something. There's always a roadblock to why we can't do it. Oh, it's too far. Oh, it's a day. Oh, it's whatever. And you guys say, hey, you know what? I'm going to make the sacrifice. I'm going to go without knowing what's going to happen. And I'm going to go see if we can put this property under contract. Now you got 20 G's that you'll be able to celebrate with. And I hope that you're smart enough to go and take that and make most of that go right back into your company to take your business and keep going to the next level. You pay yourself a small amount and you start digging right back into your marketing and everything else. You take your business and start pushing your business to be doubling down on your driving for dollars. If your first deal came from driving for dollars, guess what you should be doing? More driving for dollars.
Right.
You go and replicate the same stuff over and over again. This shit not hard, man. People make it hard. Right. You go out, whatever you had success with, you triple down on it. Double down, 10x it, whatever you want to say. The reality is that what made you successful, don't change it. The consistency, the grit, all that stuff, don't change it. Because what most people do, they feel like they know it all, or they listen to somebody on YouTube that say, hey, listen, go invest into this program or that program and do that. Man, you just rinse and repeat it. You do the same shit over and over and over again. But man, I'm gonna tell you guys, man, like, because you know, like I've been bonding with y'all for a minute.
Right.
You know, you guys jumped on a bunch of lives with me. We talked about a lot of stuff, and not one point did you ever say, hey man, I'm getting discouraged and I'm gonna quit. Not one point. You said, hey man, Tony, I'm gonna see you on the stage. I'm gonna meet you there. We're gonna be there with you. And that's what it's about, man. Like, that's truly what it's about. The unrelenting say, hey, look, this is what I want. Conviction that I'm going to go get it. So I want everybody in the chat to give these guys some love, man. Show some love in this chat box for them. If you were here, they need hearts and everything right now, because these guys are the definition of how you should approach this business. You approach this business with a mindset that you're not coming in for, hey, I'm going to try this out for 90 days, and if it doesn't work, then I'm going to do something different. You come in this thing and say, hey, look, whether it's a year from now, 6 weeks from now, or tomorrow, I'm going to put in the work for what I want my lifestyle to be, what I want my future to be. So, guys, man, I'm extremely, extremely excited, because a whole fucking year, I guarantee you, 85% of the people that are in here would have quit already. 85% of the people on this live a year from now won't be here. That's a real fact. We got 50 people on the live. You can do the math. Less than 7 people.
Right.
Less than 7 people will be here next year if they don't get the results.
And that's the thing. We have to keep telling ourselves to keep going, you know, when nothing wasn't coming, you know. We wasn't looking at it as, you know, why ain't we getting a deal? We just had that mindset, you know, what do we got to improve on to get a deal? We weren't looking at it in a negative way. We were, okay, we didn't do this the right way. We didn't, you know, start off building rapport. Like, it was a lot of times when we went in just so attached to the price, you know, speaking numbers, you know, we skipped over the whole rapport building. That was just like, Nah, we ain't doing that, you know. So we have to take a step back and, okay, let's go at it another way, you know. Let's go at it at a problem-solving way. Let's look at people's problems, listen to them, and figure out where we can use our knowledge and our expertise to help them out. Somebody asked, you know, did we come and ask, like, tell them that we were investors or not? We told them, you know, what we do and how we can help them. That's what we explained. That, you know, we told them we military men, you know, we doing this on the side to prepare for retirement. You know, we got a lot of knowledge, and we like to offer our, you know, our knowledge to help people in certain situations. And she, after explaining that to her, you know, she was more comfortable in letting us know, like, okay, this is my situation. And then we told her we were completely honest about everything that we was gonna do. We transparent. You know, and that's what got it, you know, just that honesty and that commitment to helping her out, instead of worrying about how much we was gonna make or how much the numbers, you know. We was just saying, how can we help you out, man? And, you know, we did what we did.
Hey, listen, man, you know why I know what you're saying is true? Because everything that we talked about, you stayed consistent and real with throughout this entire process.
Right.
And I know where you got that stuff from when you start using those questions and everything. I know what you're saying right now. Right. Most people don't know what you're saying right now.
Right.
I know what you're saying. You said you pushing that back to me, but once again, that goes back to you guys.
Right.
Because, like I said, there's 85% of the people in this live wouldn't be here a year from now.
Right.
That's the reality. So while you guys are trying to push credit this way, I won't take it, because it takes a real person to understand going a year into something with a whole bunch of failure, most people won't last.
Right.
And
Most people won't last, man. So, bro, like, y'all don't understand this, but it means the world to me. When you sent me that message yesterday, I was so fucking excited. It was like I just got paid. Like, it was like I just got paid, man.
He flexed on me in there,
Yeah. Because man, I'm telling you, bro, I care about people's success. I care about you guys winning. And definitely, like, here's the reality. Like, most people don't like saying it, but like, because we're black, you know, like, a lot of people don't want to see us win. A lot of us don't want to see us win. Right. So for me, like, I take a lot of pride in giving young black brothers an opportunity to think a little bit differently and do something a little different. Like, it's a part of my mission to make sure I can help a brother do something that he didn't think was possible. And when you commit like you guys have committed, man, I'm only grateful that I got a guy like you that I can touch, because I know I've made an impact on you guys.
Yeah, man. So definitely.
So for me, my whole mission when I started this 100K club was for guys just like you that look just like me.
Right.
That's the reality of it. So I know what it's like when you get doubted. I know what it's like when you make mistakes. I know what it's like to fail. I know what it's like to be black and don't feel like you got a value for anything. But now you out here making $20,000 helping somebody with their property. You know, you ain't got to go hustle. You ain't got to go do no shady shit. You ain't got to scam.
Right.
Because that's what most of us think. We got to go do some grimy shit to make it. So when I see you guys commit like you did, I remember one day I think you were on a live and you had a notebook or something like that. You guys were driving for dollars, literally writing down the properties.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, what the fuck, man? Y'all still write shit down?
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all still write shit down in 2000? It was like 2018. I was like, y'all still do that?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
But man, I'm telling you, the fact of what you guys mean to me as far as being an example of what this is all about. I mean, dude, military guys working on the side, trying to grind to get something different for their life so they can do some stuff a little bit differently. And to be able to make a commitment for the long term. To be able to say, hey, man, bro, I know this shit ain't worked in 6 months. You still want to be in this thing? Yeah, I'm still in this. I know 8 months in, bro, it's coming around the corner. 9 months, shit, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
we got to figure out something else. 10 months, 11 months, 12 months, man.
The whole time. Spending money. No return, no nothing.
Not a dollar in backup, man, bro. Like, y'all don't understand what that is, man. This is what people need to see. That get a check in the first month or two. That shit right there messes up so many people because they ain't had to really work for it. They don't know what it's like to appreciate the grind. You guys know what it's like to truly be like, shit, we put in work for this, man.
Right.
A lot of long nights.
I guarantee you your success is going to come so much faster now. Watch and see what I tell you. Your success is going to come so much faster now because you did the right stuff and you never quit on yourselves. I'm telling you, man, for everybody that's watching this live, this is what I do this for. Literally what I do this for, man. I was in a We Live 18 breakout session. We were walking through a hall and there's a black guy walked up to me. He's actually in this chat right now. And I won't say his name, but this dude touched me on a level that I've never been touched before by a complete stranger. And it was because I can identify with the mentality of what most of us experience. When we go through this shit, man, as black men, we feel a lot of times limited to what we can actually do. We feel like we're very limited as far as what's available to us, and we do things out of desperation to make sure that we can provide for our families and have a lifestyle that we want to live.
Right.
And there was a guy that literally had me in tears because his story resonated with so many people that I grew up with and grew around. Like, I'm a nigga. People don't understand it, but like I grew up in North Philly. I grew up around a lot of bad shit. I've done a lot of bad shit. I've made mistakes after mistakes. Like I've done it all. The thing that's the best for me is like I didn't let that define where I'm at today.
Right.
I didn't let that stop me from being able to grow and be able to now inspire people. So many people try to like pull themselves away from who you really are. Somebody asked me at the beginning why you got a do-rag on. Because I am who I am. I'm authentic, man.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't fake for nobody, man. So when I looked at my guy at the We Live event, he walked up to me and said, before I found Max Maxwell, man, I was robbing people and duct taping them in basements for $500. I was living a life that was potentially going to end up in the penitentiary or the cemetery. And when I heard what he was saying, I was listening to his entire message. The message was like, yo, it's so many people just like that. That like they need somebody to give them something that can help them go to the next level, to keep them from going to jail, to keep them from being dead, to keep them from hurting somebody else because they feel like it's only one option to have success.
Right.
So when you see so many people that look like you and I, that go and have that mindset and now can go and change all that and now do something positive, man, like that's what it's all about.
Right.
I got a cousin that's been in jail my entire life. My entire life. The other night I was on a live, I got off the live because he called me Colette. When I think about what I know now, I could change his life once he gets out. Mm-hmm. Because having the background and everything that he has, ain't nobody gonna hire him. Ain't nobody gonna give him an opportunity. But what we got in this industry is the ability to be able to solve problems and help people without making it about what we look like, what our past looks like. Like, yo, I'm telling y'all, man, it's so much I've done wrong. Like, I'm so thankful to even be able to be free. I'm thankful to be able to give you guys the game and everything that I got right now, man.
All right, we done dodged a couple bullets ourselves, man.
So like this shit to me isn't just about making money, because I make a lot of money with the products and everything else that I got. The most impactful shit is to be able to see guys just like you, just like me, who are continuing to try to do something that's better than just going out and doing something grimy, living out in the streets or doing something shady, man. Like, I'm extremely proud of you guys, man. Like, a whole year of commitment to your goals and your life, man. Remember what this shit feels like, fellas. Don't change it. Remember what this feels like.
Right.
And pass this to other people. Don't be selfish. Don't feel like you got to keep it all to yourself. Empower somebody around you. When I say it's our turn, this is what it meant. So everybody that's on here, understand that's what it's our turn means. This is why I do this, man. This is why I get hardly no sleep. 2-3 hours at a time, because I want y'all to fucking win.
Hell yeah, man.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, and that's why we always, pop up on here, man, and pick up all the game that you willing to give, man. Like I said, you don't like it when we throw it back to you, man, but you feel me, like,
You a big part of why that deal came through for us, man.
Yeah, man.
You're a big part of that.
And then like we feel you where you coming from, Tony. Like, it ain't no cap, no bullshit or nothing like that, man. You feel me? Like, when you talk about what you talk about, man, we know that shit coming from a real place, man. And I ain't even just saying that just to be saying that shit, man. Like, we really do feel it,
Cause like we'll go to, like, we first ran experience, like, just what you was everything you was talking about, man. Everything,
I think I hit you up in the DM and let you know about my situation I had, man. So, I went through some, flipped me upside on my head, man. But you know, I made it through it, and you know, I had to change a few ways about myself, but you know, I just stayed consistent. You know, with just trying to, you feel me, like just get better. You feel me, and just become a better person. So I know what you mean, T. For real, for real.
Yeah.
Man, this shit to me gets me emotional, bro. Like I love it. I literally love it, man. Listen, so in 2017, January 13, 2017, bro, I was literally sitting in jail. 2 years have now gone by. Something that sticks out to me is I was sitting in jail, and the day I got arrested, I got arrested on Friday the 13th of January. January. I remember it like it was yesterday. That Monday coming up, I had a contract that I was about to close for about $35,000. Obviously that deal never happened because I sat in jail for 63 days. While I was in jail, I was meeting all kind of guys, man, and that you know, different backgrounds, you know, of why they were in there, different reasons they were arrested or whatever. And there was something that happened. I didn't even realize what was happening. I was in there already, and I was putting people on game and didn't even realize, you know, that a year from now, 2 years from now, I would be delivering messages of the exact same shit. At that time, man, I was telling guys like, man, y'all out here hustling, man. You know, you can go sell a property that you don't even have to own. You can assign the contract and make 10, 20,000 and not be at risk and living a life because so many people just do the shit because we think that's the only way. That was January 13, 2017, man. I'm listening to you tell me now you made $20,000. I got about 5 DMs today of other people that sent me checks from $6,000 up to like $20-something thousand today. This is my new mission, man. This is my mission to see y'all win by any means, man. I'm so fucking proud of you guys, man, because it takes a lot of grit to stay consistent for a full year of failure. It takes a lot of man to be told no for a year straight. You know what I mean?
For a second, we thought it wasn't real. We was like, man, they over here telling us this.
I'm like, man,
somebody lying. Somebody lying. But and the crazy thing is a funny story. I remember it's like when our first time driving for dollars. We seen a cat. We walked up on them. I guess they was like, they had a rental property. And we just got out, started talking to them. And like, we exchanged numbers, told them it was wholesalers, whatever. And they was like, yeah, man, it took us a year to get our first deal. And I remember like, we said, like, man, it ain't gonna take us a year. Like, I don't know what the fuck they did. But when, and like, sure enough, like exactly 1 year later, we got a deal, man. So,
but like with that, you feel me? I add on to that. You know, it was the crazy thing about timing. You feel me? Like we assumed that we was gonna get it quick, but you know, the deal came. You know, when it was time for it to come. And like what happened in that year's span, you feel me? Like we've developed ourselves into, you know, businessmen that can go in there and articulate ourselves, you know, get the point across that we there to help, you know, solve a problem. So I just want to say that to people, you know, like if you feel like you ain't got that deal yet, you know, if you just keep consistent and keep grinding, it's gonna come. But what's happening is if you just going out and you coming back and you know, just like analyzing what you did and what went good and what went wrong, what you're really doing is molding yourself into that future person that's gonna get that deal on a consistent basis. So I would just say, don't worry about the time. You feel me? Just keep your head down and keep going. You building yourself as you going. You know.
Listen to this, man. Dang. Y'all got me.
And another thing where, you know, we've been blessed too. Like, we in the military, so if like he go, you know, I can kind of pick up, like, you know, where he left off, and
Right.
you know, we kind of like, you know, we work good together. It's like, you know, if I'm gone, you know, I ain't got to worry about, you know, the business just stopping completely, you know, because that's just kind of like, you know, I mean, we've been cool so long, it's 10+ years, man, and like them honest critiques, like, it's like, you know, we can take that from each other and know it's like, all right, you know, yeah, this is my brother, so I know it's coming from like a real place. And hey, bro, like, you know, because sometimes I get it and I just start talking. And like, he was like, hey, bro, you know, hey, chill out on that. And I'm like, all right, then I see. And I go back and like, we kind of just feed off each other's energy, and then it'll work. You know what I mean?
Right.
And, yeah.
Man, so when you speak on timing, right? For me, like my whole life is all about timing. You know, I used to always question why stuff didn't go according to plan the way I wanted it to go. You know, from my NFL career, the career that I wanted it to be, and it didn't come out to be the career I had. I ended up getting injured and getting cut before I even got, you know, good and going. I get into the auto industry and things go a certain way, then I end up, you know, not getting what I thought I was going to get out of it. You know, I end up going to jail. And you know, all these things that happen, you always question, like, man, why is it not going the way I want it to go? Why are things happening the way I want it to go? You get all these roadblocks, you get all these obstacles that make you question, like, is this even meant for me? Is this possible? Is this real? And I see where my life is headed right now because of guys like you. Like, man, like I'm thankful for you guys so much, man, because you energize me to work that much harder. Because if you're willing to commit to being a year into a business where you had no results or anything that would you know, give you a fruit to even give you a reason to keep going, and you decide to stay consistent, like I have no choice but to make sure I can motivate myself to be consistent for other guys just like you who need that, you know, who need somebody to be able to give them some game that can help them take their lives and put it in a different path. So I'm super grateful for like the dedication, the commitment, like what you guys gave me as far as you know, this love, man. Like, it's been consistent. Like, I mean, like from the time I started going live, you guys like really one of my first people that jumped on the live with me. So I've been watching you guys grow. I've been watching you, you know, stay consistent. It's big time, bro.
Oh yeah.
Big time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And like it's just like all those I guess you call, like, you know, small little hiccups or whatever, all the no's and stuff. All that really is, man, is just testing your commitment. You feel me? How bad do you really want it? You feel me? Like, you know, if you just gonna easily just give up after the first couple no's, you know, after the, you know, a few people cuss you out, you know, when you call them, like, you know, where the fuck you get my phone number from? Like, what the fuck are you calling me? Like, you gotta make it through them types of questions, and you feel me? Like, you just build on it, and it's just testing your commitment. You know, don't get mad because it's not personal. You feel me? Like, you calling them out of nowhere, like, hell yeah, like, who the fuck is this? And you asking me about my house, but at the same time, don't let that scare you, because it's people that's waiting on you to call them. Remember that too.
Absolutely. It's somebody that needs help. Somebody that's in a situation right now and they don't know how to get out of it. And only the person that picks up the telephone to solve that problem for them is the only option for them. So you guys got to make sure that everybody that's listening, you got to make sure that you make yourself an option for people. if you're not picking up that telephone and having conversations with people that might be in a bad spot, then you're doing them a disservice. So if you're afraid of being a salesperson, if you're afraid of anything else, don't be afraid to help somebody and get paid for it, because that's what this business is about.
Right. Yeah. Right. And like we have to put that on the back burner. You feel me? Like when it comes to like the price and like how the potential earnings, you know, we have to put all that shit on the back burner. You feel me? Like we really have to go in there on the professional tip, and you feel me, and just like let our energy be felt. Like we here to help you solve your problem. You know, do you mind us coming to look at the property? You know, to give you an honest, you feel me, like, you know, get us an honest estimate on the repairs. And while we there, we ain't look at the house for the first 45 minutes. We sitting there talking with the son.
Yeah.
You know, just chopping it up with him. And then we was like, oh yeah, man, we forgot we was here to look at the house, man. You know, let's hurry up, you know, look at the house real quick. Did our estimates, you feel me, like when we got on the phone with the mother, you know, we ain't talk about, you know, no business until about 15, 20 minutes into the conversation. I found out she got another son that's in the military. So we had some similarities there, you know. So I drew on some of my old experiences. He drew on some of his old experiences. And we established some rapport right there.
Yep.
And, you know, when we talked about the numbers, you know, it was, we put ourselves in a position, okay, it's us and you versus the problem. So how can we help you? And, you know, we explained the numbers, and by establishing that rapport, she was willing to accept those numbers because, you know, she felt comfortable, like, okay, these guys are really here to help us out. You know, I need the help. They're here with the knowledge, and, you know, so it was so easy for her to sign a contract, but it was just that rapport building in the beginning, you know.
Something we can relate to him about, you know, like we talked about fishing and whatever.
Fishing, military. We looking at pictures of the fish they caught. These big ass fucking fish that they caught. We looking at, man, and like it was real cool because I ain't never seen nothing like that, and I was really interested in it, so they can feel that. And you know, man, they eyes was wide open and faces like, you know, lit. They was just like, oh, look at this one I caught. And, you know, we just showed a real interest, and you know, we, like I said, we put all the price and shit on the back burner. You feel me? Got the report built, and when it came time to the business, man, we spent like 5 to 10 minutes on the business tip. But you know, we covered like a lot of, you know, expectations in the beginning. You know, like we addressed the elephant in the room. You know, we was just letting them know, like, hey, at any point when we're going through this, if you don't feel comfortable, you know,
you got a little feedback.
What's that?
You was getting some feedback.
Oh, my bad. We good now?
Keep trying. Let me see.
What about that?
All right, come on. All right,
yeah. So, you know, I forgot where I was at, but just all saying all that, I just
you said you had addressed the elephant in the room.
Oh yeah, we addressed the elephant in the room. You know, we just let her know, like, hey, at any point that, you know, we don't see this being a deal, you know, we'll let you know from our standpoint. Would you feel comfortable letting us know if, you know, this won't work on your end? And you know, she was comfortable with that. And I told her, I was like, I'm sure you got some questions about me, what I do, you know, what me and my partner do, what our company do. And, you know, just got a lot of that out the way in the beginning, and then built the rapport, and then talked about the business. Mm-hmm. So, you know, that's one thing. You know, these people, they want y'all to call, they want you to, you know, help them out, but at the same time, they're a little apprehensive. because, you know, they feel like they're going to get taken advantage of. So you just got to come at them real and just let them know, like, hey, I got the knowledge. I'm here to help. And, you know, if it ain't a deal, you let them know that as well. But at the same time, like, hey, I can't make it a deal. We can't do nothing with it. But, hey, let us refer you to some people that we know. You feel me? Ain't nothing wrong with throwing, you feel me, like your homie a shot at it, you feel me, if he can do something with it. And, you know, that energy will come around again, you feel me? Like, we'll get introduced to somebody from, you know, a referral or something, you know. So we ain't really worried about that. But you just really got to have that mentality, you know, going there to help these people out, because they waiting on y'all to call. We experienced it too. All the emotions, like, man, I don't want to call nobody today, man. I got cussed out the other day, man. Nobody ain't pick up the phone. I ain't get no right numbers. Dang, we spent all that money to get these numbers skip traced. Nobody, you know, Wranglers voicemails, bandit signs, you know, all that. You feel me? But we had to pay to play, you feel me, in a sense, you know, like, we got to pay, you feel me, up front for all the lessons that we learned. And, you know, like I said, we spent 10 minutes on the business tip with this lady, man, and, you know,
Inked up, signed up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, all that.
Let's go.
I literally had to, like, because they was talking, hey, yo, man, I love what you're talking about. Like, let's handle this real quick, and then we go get back to that.
Yeah. Hey, look, you got to bring it back. Sometimes, like I tell people, don't, you know, you got to make sure you let them know that you're still here for business. And and we got all these police down here at the bottom. Y'all crazy, man.
What they talking about?
They talking about rapport. How you spell rapport? RAPPORT, guys. It's okay.
Y'all better turn that spell check. Nah, Crony, like, for real, man. It's just like we had, like you said, man, we just had to stay consistent and keep our head down. It was a lot of times where, you know, we was kind of just like, dang, man, you know, do we keep going? You know, we spending all this money, you know, do you want to, like, try to do something else? But, you know, it kind of happened weird, but it was like the universe wouldn't allow us to quit, because we'll have that, and then we'll jump on live, man, and we'll hear you talk to some people, man. We'll hear people speak, man. We'll just be like, man, let's go put some bandit signs out Friday night, man, at 2:00.
Yeah.
You feel me? Let's get up and drive. Hey, what you doing tomorrow? Oh, I had plans. Hey, bro, you want to drive for dollars? All right, yeah, man, I'll reschedule that, man. Let's go drive. You feel me? Yeah. You got your notebook? Yeah, I got my notebook.
Yeah, I told you better be using deal machine. You out here using that old school shit out here right now.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna invest this money, right? Best believe, you feel me? We ain't gonna be out here. Hey, I ain't gonna stunt. Like, one of the first things we were saying, like, oh man, we can't wait to get all these deals. Man, we gonna make like $100K a month. We gonna get the ice, you know, we gotta get chained up, you know. Porn, everything. But you feel me, like, life got a way of humbling you feel me? So
real quick.
Listen, man, like, it's a time for all that. Like, here's the thing I tell people: don't get this twisted right here. I've had my times where I spent money on, like, pointless stuff, man. Like, and It's not really for anything, but for everybody else. Like, do what's gonna make you feel good at the end of the day, and stop worrying about how other people perceive you, man. Like, I no longer go and try to do that stuff, man. Like the Lambos and you know, because it's pointless, man. You living a life like if it makes you feel good, that's okay. But a lot of people do stuff just for other people, and it don't even really make you feel good at the end of the day. I promise you, I've been out and spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on waste, and I just don't do it anymore. I mean, like, put that stuff back to use, man. Give your kids and set some generational stuff up, man. The community is like the rap community and all that is really pushing out this, this image that I have you as broke.
Right.
And I've been broke several times doing shit like that. So make sure like your money and everything is put in a position to where you don't ever have to worry about, okay, I got to go and hustle because I don't have it anymore. Now I got to go back and go figure out how I can go pick this back up again because I don't want to out here try to show out for everybody. Now my ass don't have anything.
Right.
I think we're approaching our hour though, man. I'm gonna come back live again. I really appreciate you guys joining. I got a couple other people I'm gonna bring on because I know everybody wants to share their stories and success. You guys are fucking amazing. You really, really, man, I'm super proud of both of you guys. It means the world to me to see what you did as far as taking advantage of every single opportunity and not quitting on yourself. So I'm amazed by what you did, like truly amazed, and I hope you guys take that thing to the next level and begin to start working towards building more and more for what you want your future and your family to look like, man. It's something that a lot of people I think can leave this live with inspiration based off knowing that, hey, look, it might not happen overnight. It might be that I got to put in the work. It might be 6 months. It might be 8 months. It might be a year. But if I remain consistent, I will get what I want. One of the things about that 100K blueprint was about building a pipeline. Most people don't understand how important a pipeline is. As you start making, calls, as you start talk to many people, sometimes some of that stuff comes back months after. All of it doesn't come right away. It'll come in some sort of a follow-up. So extremely proud of you guys. I just seen the camera come on. So anything that you guys want to say, y'all free to, tell people where to follow you at on here, for inspiration or anything that you want. I'm just happy for you.
Right. Go ahead,
bro. Stay consistent. Don't give up. Don't give up. Like what they say, the graveyard full of regrets, ideas.
Right. And that's what I would say, man. Just when it's as dark as you feel me, like when it seemed like you backed against the wall, just keeping the fight. You feel me? Like that deal coming. You feel me? Like I said about time. It's gonna come when it's supposed to come, and if you do the things right, you feel me? Like it's gonna come when it's coming. All right, but just stay consistent, man. And positive thinking always overcomes. You feel me? Like drink water, work out.
Don't drink and drive.
And don't qualify your customer. Go set that appointment and get it in their face.
Right, yep. Right. Oh yeah, man. Don't let them price what you call it, price hook. They'll call out a
price anchor.
Yeah, don't let them price anchor you, man. Like just go in there have a clear explanation of the numbers of why they number won't work, and like what your number, you know, why it makes more sense for your number to work because what your plans are, and you let them know. Don't be too, you know, like we got to make a deal, you know, kind of just be like, hey, you know, sorry, we may not be your guys. This is where we can, you know, be at right here. Don't let them price anchor you. Go investigate and see why they want that. You know,
hey, dig deep. So
yeah.
this thing has about 10 seconds left, so I appreciate everybody that joined on this one. I'm gonna start another live for everybody else that wants to rejoin. So as this closes out, I'm gonna start doing. I'm proud of you guys, man.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. See, we keep it to